Hello, my name is Mike Kipp. I'm here this afternoon to introduce you to an amazing new product. It's a simple concrete additive that adds tremendous value to concrete in its ability to last longer, in its strength, usually involving weather as far as freeze-thaw cycles. We have issues that are involved with water absorption, the ability of concrete to suck in organics, which create black mold. We don't see too much in the United States, though we don't typically build with cinder blocks anymore in the South. But in South America and other countries where it's more humid, black mold is a big issue. So Kipp Crete was actually developed, that's the name of the concrete product, that we came in as a simple additive. A little bit about myself. I spent 45 years as an engineer scientist in material science and developing new products. The concrete areas that you see over here, we're going to go into in quite a bit of detail here in a moment, but that's two samples. Regular is on the left, on the right is with the additive, and they look quite different. Before I went into the areas of engineering and material science, I spent 10 years in the military, actually almost 11 years in the military. A lot of that time I was working with development labs. I was actually a member of Navy SEALs. When I wasn't doing missions, I was helping develop new materials, different types of systems, whether it was communications, whether it was something that would make a product last longer in a very harsh environment. So I've got years and years of experience in developing and creating new materials and the science behind them. The origins of Kipp Crete actually started in Haiti. In 2010, the crown city of Haiti, Port-au-Prince, was devastated by an enormous earthquake. Slightly over a 7-point magnitude, but it destroyed everything. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out. Hundreds of thousands of people were killed and thousands more were left missing and washed out to sea. Entire families were gone. Shortly after the incident that took place that fateful day, I was asked by the government of Haiti to come in and do an evaluation on their buildings, some of the materials, some of my thoughts, and what I thought could be done in part of the rebuilding of Haiti. Even today, almost 10 years later, Haiti still isn't rebuilt. But because of what I saw and the different things that I experienced when I was in Haiti and other countries that have also been devastated, been called in on a lot of them, but Haiti was the key. When I went through the different buildings and the rubble, I found that the concrete was substandard, that because of the climate, much of the rebar had deteriorated because of moisture penetrating the concrete. And so the concrete became not much more than a sandcastle in reality. And so when the earthquake hit, many buildings were destroyed. Their main cathedral was totally devastated, as was their palace that was their main office of government and ministry. It was heartbreaking to see what was taking place and the displacement of the people. I was not asked by the government to come up with a solution for their concrete. That was something that I decided on my own, that we need to solve the problem to see if when they rebuild, we can give them something that's better. So that started the origins of what's now called Kipp Crete. It needed to be something that was strong, that would resist moisture penetration. Because of some of the health issues from black mold and organics, we also looked at how do we solve that? That's basically permeation of the concrete, so we needed to have it so it would not tend to wick water coming in. The problem that we saw with Haiti actually is one that's worldwide. Not so very long ago, we had a disaster in southern Mexico. You could go on and on every year between earthquakes, hurricanes, natural disasters of almost every type, and where concrete fails us because of its age, because of its natural inability to weather as well as we would like. It's the principal building material worldwide. But the origins of Kipp Crete took place in natural disasters and how do we solve those. But in solving those problems, we also solved a lot of problems that exist in everyday concrete, similar to what you may have in your home or in your buildings, whether it's driveways that are cracking, stucco products that a year after your home is built and you have stucco on the exterior of your home, you may find that the stucco at ground level is starting to crumble and crack and deteriorate. That's from water and salts and the other things that wick up because of the porous nature of concrete. So that's what we aim to solve, and actually did solve in many, many ways, with an extraordinary product that most people have trouble believing how inexpensive it is. But it's a phenomenal product, and that's what we're here to talk to you about today. Thus allowing water to wick in, bringing organic salt in different areas, that this outer surface within a few years starts looking like that. The Kipp Crete additive, we just added a small amount of the material into the standard concrete, the same one as this, much more uniform. There are some holes that you'll see, but under microscopic examination, they're little air bubbles. They're not penetrating all the way through. The other thing you'll notice on it is that it has a completely different looking sheen. One of the materials that we add into our formulation of the additive is actually what changed the color to this darker gray. And on the top, we get almost a plastic feel. So in this sample, we see a couple of interesting things from the additive, as well as the homogeneous nature without doing anything extra to the concrete. This concrete is approximately 100 times stronger than this concrete. Now that's just looking at compression when we take the samples and we press them and see what it takes to break them. When we put it and we try to break it this way as if we had a beam. But we also have done testing on water absorption. We've done a heat and cold thermal shock where we would take it to high temperatures, 350 degrees. Then we would immediately take it out of the oven and we would put it into 32 below zero. And we did that for a week, alternating it every 12 hours. Regular concrete under those types of conditions crumbles into powder in a day. 3 weeks later, we were still running this one, and to be perfectly honest, I got tired of running the test because we weren't seeing any degradation at all. So we know that the Kipp Crete additive is phenomenal in what it does to advance the properties of concrete, and quite literally the science that's involved in concrete. There are other additives that are available, fibers, different things for moisture, different things to raise the temperature in cold weather so it'll cure properly. All of those are extremely expensive when you do them in volume, or in some cases, some of them when you're doing specialties, they're extremely expensive even if you're doing them in very small volumes. Since we were going into third world countries, one of the things we wanted to do was have a price point that anyone could afford, even those in developing countries. So the cost is dramatically lower than other additives that quite frankly aren't even close to being comparative. But with the additive, we're gaining the strength that's needed so they have buildings and homes and places that are safe that can withstand natural disasters that occur all the time.